knowing that, man, I love God so much that my sin is murdering him and hurting him, that my sin beat him and crucified him and ripped the flesh off of his back. But I wasn't picturing the face of Jesus and what my sin was doing to him. And all it was just a piece of paper to Bryce. And so I started weeping. I started weeping in like November of 2024 of, God, this sucks. I just want to see you and I want to know you. And I kind of understand it's either I'm going to humble myself before God or let this stuff humble me. I can either humble myself and go, God, I need you. And that's why I love this. The last thing I'll say, Psalm 51, King David, man after God's own heart. One of the legends of the Old Testament. Struggles with lust, sleeps with another woman, kills his best friend and her husband. In Psalm 51, he says...
I love how it was so profound. He's like, and man, what the heck?
But I love that passage because like a lot of these Psalms, David is crying out to God in the midst of him struggling with sin. And he says, man, like when I keep this sin inside of me, it's like crushing my bones. I can feel it in my bones. And whenever we hide that sin and we don't look for help and we isolate or whatever it may be, wherever we hide it or try to internally, we try to white knuckle our sin. But he says, but when I confessed, the weight was off me. I humbled myself and said, God, I've sinned against heaven and earth. Thank you for forgiveness. But when I started to begin and reimagine Jesus and my sin hurting him and beating him and ripping the flesh off his back and realizing that Jesus is a real person. It's not just words on a screen. He's not some legend. He is real. It changed my perspective of how my sin hurts God. And it makes me 10 times more likely to say no to that because there's no temptation that has overtaken me that's not common to man.
Amen.
And I can say no because it does hurt him and it breaks his heart. And that's not God's original design for my life.